And we're getting back here into the action for the fourth set of the day after an absolute barn burner with New Jersey Freedom taking down the OC Stunners in a match that goes the full 2 hours and 45-minute length. That means it's time for a quick turnaround as the Las Vegas Ramblers get ready to take on the Inland Empire Matadors in the American Coastal Conference head-to-head for the first time this weekend. The implications on the line, the Las Vegas Ramblers have already secured first place in that division and punched their ticket to weekend event number 6 in the postseason. However, the Matadors coming in at 3-5, they've got to start picking up wins right now. This match means a heck of a lot for them. I'm joined here by Ira Thor. I'm Nick England. Ira, what do you got for us as this one gets underway?
First of all, it's interesting to have you do the intro while I sit back and relax, so I appreciate that. After a 2 hour and 45-minute match, we have a Las Vegas squad that they've already taken care of business long before this event. They are the American Coastal Division champions. And as you said, this is now going to be a race between the Matadors and Southern Exposure to see who, if anybody, is going to potentially guarantee themselves a playoff wild card berth. It could be both of them the way this all pans out. Because on the other side, you have the Dallas Tornadoes in the American Central, who they find themselves 3-6 on the year after losing this morning to Utah. So even with a loss today, that's not catastrophic for Inland Empire. In fact, I feel they've been playing as better than any of the wild card teams in the league right now, with the exception of the OC Stunners. But they've been playing in the last 2 events. They're 2-2 in that time, the best of any of the teams. And do I think they beat the Ramblers today? No. Do I think this potentially goes to at least 4 sets? Absolutely.
Yeah, and one of the interesting conversations is the Ramblers, they're definitely looking to get some guys some playing time, as there's no downside here. So get the guys that have invested all season long, get them on the court, and we'll see exactly how that's reflected. But what it's looking like to get us started on the outside, Brandon Rattray, John Carlson is the 0-2. Michael Keegan will get the start. Matt Knigge in the middle. Josh Duarte as the second middle. And that's going to be Joel Auerkamp starting on the right side. So no major changes there. You'll see Duarte getting the nod as the middle 2. Concordia Screaming Eagle product, as well as Ryan Manugian in the libero. On the side of the Matadors, that's going to be Ben Gabor in the middle. Opposite of him is Brett Massetti. On the right side, Jacob Vanderbeek. On the outside, we're going to see number 20, Eric Beatty, as well as number 8, Jordan Wally. Eric Fox Veliz at number 12 getting the libero start. And number 3 will be the setter, and that is Victor Vasquez. Definitely an exciting one here. This is the same lineup. With the adjustment of one middle blocker that was being so successful last event. That was Noah Alessandro in the middle, the 6'10 Concordia middle. Gapped a couple of years between him and Josh Duarte. Same program though, so it'll be interesting to see if Noah finds his way onto the court. Matadors loves using a variety of their middles. So as these get ready to go underway, notably absent, and a quick shout out from the Ramblers. Jordan Hoppy is out playing in his second AVP event during the Wapaka boat ride, qualified for the main draw. So the Ramblers having success on the hard court and the grass court as well.
Actually, the X factor we certainly want to keep an eye on for the Matadors. Eric Beatty, who has certainly been a difference maker. He's been that go-to player for the Matadors since he joined the team, I think, during event number 2 back on Mother's Day weekend. And look for him to be, along with Jacob Vanderbeek, carrying a lot of the heavy load today. As we are set to begin, the Ramblers 7-1, the winners of the American Coastal Division. They've won 4 in a row. The Matadors have won their last 2 with a 5-set win over the Colorado Kraken and a rather convincing victory against the LA Blaze in their last match on June 19th. Gabor with the block back. And another block back, this time teaming with the other Thor, Jacob Vanderbeek.
Going pin to pin very well, finding nice stops there. Good cover by the Ramblers, but too much presence from Vanderbeek.
And that's not going to be saved. An ace for the Matadors, as Victor Vasquez Lopez, the setter, unleashes the ace. That one eats up Nugent. Free ball. Vanderbeek couldn't finish it, however. Chance for the Ramblers to counter, and Brandon Rattray is the right guy for the job.
One of those big advantages of having Rattray in that 0-1 spot as a natural oppo. He gets to swing on the right side and a lot of confidence. Finally putting a point on the scoreboard for the Ramblers. He starts with a float serve.
Back set, and that one's going to see the Ramblers clip the antenna, so credit the kill to Jordan Wally. Here's Wally to serve. It's been a nice addition to the team this year. Misses this one wide, however. Wally played his collegiate volleyball at Lincoln Memorial University in Florida. And that one by Duarte.
Not a single rotation on that ball. Sends it soaring.
Where'd that one land?
Heading to Riverside. Right around now, maybe that traffic's dying down. 6 o'clock. Probably still catching a bunch of it on a Friday evening.
It's Friday? All day?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. I don't know what day of the week it is. Brandon Rattray with the pass, as that is planted by the man who knows many languages, and one of them is smash.
Is that number 5 on the docket?
That's a very contemporary dialect, only in certain regions, and they have to be volleyball related.
For anyone unaware of our reference here, Matt Knigge is a bit of a polyglot, speaking Russian, German, Spanish, and English, as well as the newly added language of smash. Similar to Joel Auerkamp, the UCSD product, just getting an ace there off of libero Eric Fox.
That's the second SAT word you've used in successive matches here in polyglot.
Yep. Speaker of many tongues.
Auerkamp, the lefty, saved by Vasquez, and that allows the kill to come through by Brett Massetti. Vanderbeek with the serve. Carlson, that's blocked back. It's going to fall in. Brett Massetti teaming with Vasquez Lopez for the double stuff.
The block right now for the Matadors is just on point. They're getting great slowdown touches, but also more importantly, a lot of terminal touches right now. It's working well, and it's definitely going to help them keep up with the offensive prowess of this Ramblers squad.
Carlson again stuffed down by Vasquez. Matadors are playing like this means something for them, and we know it does. Vanderbeek swinging away, too much gas.
Missed that, not by much. Thought he caught the line, but just long. It's gonna bring Carlson back to serve. Ramblers down by 2.
Match that actually started on time, considering the last one was pushing us to the 3-hour limit. Carlson, your server. Bad toss, bad serve. So the former Stanford Cardinal, Eric Beatty, a pro for a number of years in various leagues. First year in the NVA, and certainly has put together an all-star caliber season. Misses that one long, however. Here's Matt Knigge. He is an all-star this year in his first year in the NVA. And Massetti's attack draws Vegas into the net. Here's Brett Massetti, your server. Father of 4. That one will find its way through on the attack by Howard Camp. Six, 7 right side, and he's certainly in his prime now, 31 years old. The pass by Beatty. They're gonna go to Vander Beek, dug up by Carlson. And this time a roll shot, and that's gonna fall in between Vander Beek and the libero, number 12, Eric Valise. And for the first time today, Brandon Rattray into the kill column.
But not before getting blocked back. That's what we've been talking about. The Matadors just getting a bunch of block touches there and really making the Ramblers earn their points.
Yeah, they're definitely putting hands on it. They put hands on Gabor. Rattray, Duarte take Gabor down to rejection city.
Duarte is a more undersized middle for the Ramblers, but he is very sure-handed on his blocking moves.
Gabor gets a measure of revenge.
Doesn't waste any time. Gabor has been a welcome addition in the middle for this squad. He scores so effectively, does a nice job, just has an all-around impact.
Out of Trinity Christian College. He's a native of Shorewood, Illinois. I was just there this past weekend in the Chicago area, where it's surprisingly hot in the summer.
Yeah.
I had no idea that Chicago, I've been there plenty of times in the late spring and even in the winter, when you don't want to go there in the winter either, it's so cold, but I didn't expect it to be well over 90-something degrees with a heat index above that in the middle of the summer, but, well, that's what you get for not checking the weather report. And the weather report for Vegas is flying aces, but the Matadors say not so fast. We're going to challenge that one.
Not sure that I like the challenge on this. I saw exactly what up ref Pat Bradley saw, but very early on, when you're this close, it's not necessarily that I disagree with whether it's in or out kind of thing. It's more of a when you're using the challenge, because if this is out and you're losing this at what's 10-10 or 11-10, this is a tough spot.
I know, but I think if you're the Matadors, you don't want to see the Ramblers take this first set. You probably don't feel if you're down a set, you can come back. That might be part of it. So this might be a do or die set for the Inland Empire Matadors. Is Natasha Mills, the head coach for the Matadors, I should say, who's married to the OC Stunners,
Yep.
Jair Santiago. They're expecting their first child just in 2 months' time. That is why you will not see her get up too often, because she is
very pregnant
and very uncomfortable. I feel awful for her, but she's able to coach from a seated position.
Yeah, it's kind of an NVA first there. Waiting for the quick camera adjustments here to get us to the baseline.
The Sasquatch coach hasn't gotten up yet this year.
Ooh, is that one going long? That went by real quick. Nope, that is very in. There it goes.
Well, this one appears to be in. So this challenge goes the way of the Ramblers, and that gives Brandon Rattray the ace. Rattray has missed a bunch of time this year, either due to illness or other obligations. That's why he's not the NVA's top 5 scorers. And that is a stuff back by Duarte, his second stuff.
Duarte a little unassuming, but as one of the most local middles for the Ramblers, he basically gets as many reps as possible playing against.
Vanderbeek, that one sails long, so ever since the ace, Ramblers beginning to pull away, now 13-10.
I think both of us were very right in our assessments. I really don't like the challenge because of the impact of losing one early, but you're right. If we're seeing this runaway happen right now, that could mean trouble.
And high hands there for Wally to get the kill in the much-needed side out. Rattray, we said, has missed a lot of time. Still 18th in the league in total points on the season despite that, with 82 on the year. And he's one of those guys where the numbers, honestly, you throw them out. They don't matter.
Yeah, they don't matter. You know, he's in the conversation for one of the top 3 to top 5 best players in the league.
100%.
And it's just, regardless of what the numbers say, because that's reflective of how, you know, how much he's been on the court, not how much.
One of those guys, sort of well, I mean, to use a basketball terminology and names, like LeBron James. And you can't make that comparison, but I say that in a way of he passes the eyeball test where you don't even need to look at the numbers. You know his value.
Yes. But a nice swing on the outside there from Beatty, getting that through the double block.
Yeah, that's his first kill of the match, surprisingly. That is, I don't think that was inside the antenna.
No, so that hit the tape, it hit the blocker and went out of bounds. So if this does not go the way of the Ramblers, they absolutely.
So as the officials, Patrick Bradley teams up with Rin Smith and Jared Warner, says that this is indeed a kill for our camp. Gives him 2. And the Ramblers leading 15-12. And nearly an ace here. Those will be poked over to stay alive. And just too much offense at the net as Matt Carnegie puts away the kill to take us to a technical timeout here in game number 1. Ramblers on top. Come back for more. Back here at courtside as the Ramblers, well, they're in control early on. They are going to be a tough team to beat when they have control. And remember, they are very much not at full strength. Over ball, Matt Carnegie does it by himself. 3rd kill for the All-Star. But again, when you look at who's missing, Mather's not on the court. You have no convenient balls out on the court. Obviously, you don't even have Hoppy here this weekend at all. This Ramblers squad.
And no Antoine Aguillard either.
As well as that is put away by Beatty. But I originally this year thought it would be Texas. that could be that team. I don't know. I may, as this season goes on, think that, I don't know, maybe Las Vegas and New Jersey.
Am I converting you?
No, I've just seen enough volleyball this year where I'm using my head this time instead of just my eyes.
Yeah.
And I think we're working our way towards those two teams in the finals. But that's why we're going to go to the playoffs to see what happens. And Vanderbeek and company would love to be there. That one.
Matt Carnegie threw a massive curveball there. Reached back, got a touch.
Here's Vanderbeek to serve. And he gets the ace right through the hands of Brandon Rattray. So Jacob Vanderbeek, he's got a kill, he's got a block, he's got an ace. He's got Thor's hammer. He's got it all. And he misses that serve. So they'll hand it off now to Jonathan Carlson, one of the younger players in the league. He's 23 years old. Eric Beatty swinging away, and that's gonna slip past the libero Ryan Manouchian.
Beatty's having some great swings, challenging the block well.
And that's left short by Beatty. So Duarte returns, and that means Matt Carnegie is your server. And that a little close to the tape, so Vasquez takes no chances, and he dumps that for the kill. Dug up by Vanderbeek as he goes backwards, popped up by Massetti. They go to Brandon Rattray, and he gets the touch.
Nice dig there by Joel Auerkamp. Joel played with the OC Stunners back in 2020 during that the beginning part prior to COVID, and he was rearing up before heading to Fire Academy. He's a firefighter down in San Diego.
That's pushed wide by Vasquez Lopez. And a point to the Ramblers.
Who's the fire again? Joel Auerkamp, 30.
Not a good toss by Keegan. He had to stop on a dime and missed that one badly.
It's his second missed serve of the match. Started the match off with one.
Here is the setter, Victor Vasquez Lopez, out of Corozal, Puerto Rico. That's too long. That one is left short. So a mixture of missed serves, 22-19. The Ramblers still able to maintain this 3-point lead. And that is a cannon of an ace from Brandon Rattray. And the Inland Empire Matadors is going to discuss this one, now trailing by 4. We'll take a timeout here. Game number 1, well in the column of the Ramblers. Change of direction there by Jacob Vanderbeek for the kill.
Little adjustment there out of the timeout. Spencer Andrews returning to the court in place of Michael Keegan. I don't think there's anything more to this other than Andrews just getting some court time here.
Carlson swinging away, and he gets the result.
Spencer Andrews picked up from the OC Stunners after getting a season-ending injury in event number 1 last year. Did not play the rest of the event. Was basically planning on retiring when I reached out to him to bring him in as our second setter locally here in San Diego, or in the SoCal area. Been a great addition to the squad.
This is a set point for the Ramblers. Eric Beatty will extend that.
Beatty is just having one right now. The biggest thing is if this Matador squad is able to continue mitigating errors and kind of just the freebie points, and I think where that's most likely to come through is the service errors, and just make sure that Beatty gets the chance to make the errors hitting, man, they could be right back in this one.
Well, Gabor trying to serve this. That one's long. Did Carnegie get a touch?
Yes, he did.
And if he did, that is set point for the Las Vegas Ramblers 25-21. The 4th kill for Carnegie gives the Ramblers game number 1. Back for more here at the Pierce Sports Center in San Bernardino in just a bit. Come back with us. Back here courtside, Ira Thor with you in San Bernardino. Nick England will rejoin us in a moment. He's attending to some important business. Noah Chest will have some sideline news for us as soon as we have information available. Right now, he is busy editing down the greatest video you will ever see. You'll have to wait for it tomorrow. But I will say that involves Noah and a volleyball. Oh, you're doing it. I was trying to tease your tryout with New Jersey Freedom. Happy to hear you made the team.
Well, based on their performance in this last match, I've been invited to practice with them again on Sunday. I don't know if I'm going to take up their offer or if that means I made the team officially, but I've been invited back.
Now, will they invite me to participate? That is the question.
Well, Ira, I'm not sure if you remember,
hurt?
but there was one person to pick the Freedom this morning, the New Jersey Freedom, and that was me, and that was not you. So I don't know if you're invited to the open practice.
This is true. I am now certainly a pariah. As we start game number 2 with an ace by Eric Beatty. I'm just looking at the tallest guy in the area. It's by Velasquez with the ace. Sorry to change you there, his second ace. Yeah, I'm going to have problems getting back into New Jersey after that pick. Maybe I'll pick him against Seattle.
I warned you.
Rattray, that's poked deep by Vanderbeek. Here's Rattray again as he finds the back line, and to Brandon's credit, he keeps swinging anytime they find the window to shut him down. Nick is back with us. He is tended to his important business.
Yeah, had to go be the manager for the Ramblers really quick, my other day job.
That's going to come over on 1. That's poked deep, and a heads-up play there by Manoogian to not touch that one.
Do you want to know why that is infinitely harder? I don't know how many of our fans know this. I don't know when I talk about it on air. He's deaf. So when you're calling in and out, he cannot hear you. So that play over his head, he made the decision that's in or out. He could not hear calls from anyone else on the squad.
Is he completely deaf?
In terms of basically, he will listen to music that is very bass heavy and can hear kind of inaudible noise. But in terms of, he is deaf enough to be an outside hitter on the USA Deaf Olympic team.
The things that we learn, the little...
He's played with Olympian David Smith, captain of the USA, who's also deaf. So Manoogs does not, or I don't think he even wears, maybe he does have in-ear hearing aids, but yeah, so there was actually a rule that while he was at Long Beach State that was developed, that basically if it's a 50-50 high ball in pursuit, he had to go for everything and no one else could pursue, because if he was tracking a ball, he couldn't see it. And so in order to keep everyone, including him, safe, basically no one else pursued the ball.
Well, that would be a great story later this year for Mr. Noah Chess. Obviously, the communication might be a little bit more challenging than we would have for a normal interview. As Duarte will serve, he leaves it short. The ace, by the way, a moment ago by Brandon Rattray was his 3rd.
That was what made my time coaching this team last year interesting. I was coaching in Spanish for Kevin Lopez. I was talking to a deaf Ryan Manoogian, so I had to use body language. And Brandon Rattray, who's not a passing outside. That's how I had to communicate what we wanted to do defensively. Interesting times.
And there's the left-hander as our camp lands the kill. We finally have official stats as Data Volley has been brought back from the dead. And the Las Vegas Ramblers in game number 1 passed at an astounding 80% rate. Ontario, the Inland Empire Matadors, is 55%. That's not a good pass at all. And that's another ace for the Las Vegas Ramblers, the 2nd for our camp, and they have 5 as a team. And that won't be able to save as well. Another ace this time for Jacob Vanderbeek, who is now got 2 on the day. He's tied with Vasquez Lopez, and the Matadors are hanging around, down 7-5. Every time it looks like the Ramblers are going to pull away, the Matadors, well, they got a different game plan. They go to Rattray from the back row, and Mr. Reliable comes through. 4th kill for Rattray. Substitution here. And Wally will come out. And entering the match is Nick Ramos. We, by the way, did not mention that there was a change in the middle as Noah Lissandro, the 6'10 player, is in for Brett Massetti.
That was one we talked about. Expected to see that coming into this match. Surprised it didn't start that way, but.
Big smash cross court. That's brought back by Rattray in the pursuit. However,
so the
brought back on the right side of the antenna.
So because it went out through the antenna, it cannot go through.
It has to come back the same way it came out.
No, it cannot go over through the antenna. You have to go out. It has to go outside, right? It goes over the net, and my dog is just squealing.
Yeah, there is definitely a distraction here. Eric Beatty's got a big smile. Apparently, Ollie England's a huge fan of Eric Beatty and doesn't like the pursuit rule. As Brandon Rattray elevates and finds the useful spot. Too long by Carnegie.
That's just a loyal Rambler fan heckling the other team.
Is that what that was there? That was a distracted dog?
Yeah.
Is that his new name?
That is a loyal Rambler fan distracting the Inland Empire Matadors. Go get them, Ollie.
And Massetti actually is in. It's Gabor who was subbed out here in a bit of a change. As Noah Lissandro serve doesn't result in a point. And did they just feed John Carlson?
No, that was Josh Duarte getting the kill off of Lissandro's.
No, like actual real food.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They are handing Carlson food on the court. And he wants to get fed a lot more. Jacob Vanderbeek, he gets to feast.
So that was my general manager duties. I was reported that he was not feeling well, and he was kind of depleted. So food was tracked down, and I think he just jammed an entire power bar in his mouth.
I mean, if you can shoot and play volleyball at the same time, what can't you do? Here's Brandon Rattray from the right side with the roll. Leads with the back set. And that, I don't think, ever went over on the attack by Ramos. And that's through the hands of Beatty. And that is yet another ace for Brandon Rattray. Quite frankly, Nick, it doesn't look like much coming out of his hands there. And the spin clearly too much to handle. By the way, we all chose the Ramblers in our pregame show today. So that means Noah Chast will go 4-0 today in the picks. As that is put away by Massetti. His second kill.
Nice bump set.
Reach
Better
out
block.
and stuff someone. Massetti and Vanderbeek with a big time stuff down.
Man, that block is so well formed. Brett Massetti doing a great job getting out to the pin.
By the way, what is important to note about our pregame picks is I will pass you today no matter what happens.
This is true.
And that is back-to-back. Massetti and Vanderbeek again. fourth block for Massetti, third for Vanderbeek. And the Matadors are within one, 12-11. So as we go down the final furlong of the regular season, Nick did all the work to catch me in the standings. And I have now passed him, but one day only. Tomorrow's a new day.
Tomorrow's a new day, I believe.
And Ramos unleashes the ace. That's the fifth for the Matadors. They have tied this at a dozen. And that one misses wide, but so far, you know, the Matadors come out with rejuvenated energy. Maybe it's watching Carlson eat that has got their juices going. Substitution here for Vegas. And Ryan Schickling's gonna come in here for Duarte. Good serve by Schickling. Vanderbeek towing the block. He's got 4 kills. Meanwhile, we'll have a substitution for the Matadors. Here's Jimmy Montez. He'll come in. Well, eventually he'll come in. Oh, Notley finally permits it. He'll serve. Montez, 6-foot outside hitter out of LA. And that is a shutdown and a half by Losandro, blocking Carnegie one-on-one. And the Inland Empire Matadors have worked back to take now a 14-13 lead. Our camp, Velazquez with the dig. And nobody wants it. That is a catastrophic mistake for the Matadors after the dig by Velazquez.
Kill our camp? That's what I was saying. It was the same thing last time. It hit the ceiling and fell. That's all that was. That was in control and he hit the ceiling. That set her error. One was off the ceiling red, and then
Vanderbeek to serve here after the error on the serve by Las Vegas. Useful spot there, well disguised by John Carlson. He's got his energy back. He had dinner.
Just clicked what you were saying. I was like, wait, what? What? I guess he was feasting on the ball. Oh, right.
He's actually eating on the court. I mean, they might as well just give him a burrito. 15-15. I mean, that's what I would want if I'm sitting there hungry in the back row. I don't need no energy bars. They didn't hear the whistle from Bradley. Free ball comes over. And that will be a block on the last-ditch effort there by the Matadors. Carnegie with the stuff sends us to our technical timeout in Game 2. The Ramblers clinging to a 16-15 lead. Back for more in a bit. Back here courtside after the technical timeout. And it'll be Carlson to serve here. Definitely heard the whistle this time. They go to Beatty with the blast. Eric Beatty. Put him on the Matador logo right now. He is carrying this team.
He is the bull.
Get him the red banner, red cape. Not really a bullfighting expert. It's not on my repertoire. Done swimming, never bullfighting. Over on one, but that was well read. Here's Rattray swinging away. Back set for Vanderbeek. Oh, a miscommunication there. Manugian stopped short because he saw the shadows of our camp, and it falls in for a kill for Vanderbeek.
It's kind of interesting, right? It contextualizes some of those once you know he's deaf.
Yeah, well, now that I have that background, I understand why he looked
A little timid when he made that
Well, you
first.
see our camp coming.
The firefighter running at you.
You give way for the guy who's there. And Knigge, just no reaction, just does his thing. 5th kill for him. He doesn't even crack a smile. People from New Jersey are allowed to smile.
That was just so calm. Everyone just let it happen.
That is stuffed back.
Oh, nice cover.
And dumped over on one. Oh, they're saying that Lissandro was into the net. He is in utter disbelief. He thought he had a clean block down. So the lead, 18-17 Vegas. And power there from Ramos. It's his first kill since coming in. Said he's back in here for Jimmy Montez. And a big swing by our camp, his 4th kill. The Ramblers clinging to this lead. They will serve it away, up 19-18.
Matadors is battling well, and I feel like they've done a pretty solid job of mitigating those errors that we talked about, and they've maintained their good block touches. So, got to see, you know, even with some different personnel, they're still being successful.
Vanderbeek swinging away. He gets another. There's 6 for him.
Oh, nice
What a
dig.
dig there by Veliz. And Beatty right at Rattray. But Las Vegas, just too many answers here as Joel Auerkamp with another kill.
Spencer Andrews doing a nice job with that bump set, put a little English on it, and give Auerkamp a nice high swing to the outside.
Oh, thunder by Ramos.
Man, he wasn't here last event for them to even use as an option. And while he sometimes might lack a little bit in the passing department, he is not struggling to score offensive points. That is a huge swing.
Everybody heard that one as that goes resounding down the line. That's blocked back, not gonna stay on the court though, and Auerkamp, that's his 3rd kill of the set. Correction, now 4 as he's up to 6. And that pushes the Ramblers back in the lead, 21-20, a seesaw 2nd set. Here's Duarte to serve. Crucial point here for the Matadors. Auerkamp, that's his 5th kill of the set, and now a little bit of separation for Vegas, up 22-20. And of course, this is the moment to use a timeout. Matadors will talk this over. We'll take a break and be back for more here in Game 2 in San Bernardino. Back here courtside, Ira Thornton, Nick England, Noah Chess, he's editing away. Matt Prosser, well, you know, he's allowed to have one match off a day since he just broadcast 2 and then coached 1. And Brett Massetti draws Vegas into the net, so that timeout.
Giving them a chance to recenter a little bit there.
Your center is a good choice of words. Massetti will serve with a chance to tie. Ramblers trying to push this lead back to 23-21 at 2 points. And Carnegie tooling the big 6'10" player, Noah Lissandro, as he has 6 kills. I think Carnegie's been the most consistent Rambler today. There's our count. Left that one short, so another chance for the Inland Empire. 23-22 they trail.
With Vanderbeek up to serve, this could be trouble on the horizon. He's been giving them some definite pressure with his float serve, targeting Rattray previously.
Carnegie disguises that one well. Valiz is there to save it and poked it deep. Rattray with the stab at it. Carlson goes too long, and we're all square at 23. So they will wipe up some body juices on the court. It's a little warm in here. It's warm outside as well, although I haven't been outside since I walked into the building.
My days here, usually I don't see the sun outside either before or after the days.
Actually not bad right now. It's only 87 degrees. It was well over 100 in Houston yesterday when I was there. Thank God they build roofs on baseball stadiums. Carnegie, good set there. And Eric Beatty able to slip it through for the kill. And turn of events here in San Bernardino. The Matadors called this facility home, and they are a point away from having a 1-1 tie in this match. Carnegie, tough spot to be in, poking it too long. Carnegie wants a challenge, thinking there was a touch. If this is not successful, the Matadors have won game 2, 25-23.
It's a good challenge.
Carnegie, the Vassar graduate, obviously he is a cerebral player, and he just said, why not? So they are going to challenge this one, looking for a touch. If this is not successful, we are going to a third set, 1 apiece.
All right, getting the update here. So it's not that they are challenging for a touch. They're actually challenging for a net.
As you take a look here, Sandro.
Don't see much there, but this is going to be a waiting to get the look from the top of the tape camera.
From this angle, like you said, not going to see much. Lissandro's in the middle. The setter Velasquez on the right side. No.
Nope.
Nope, nothing. It's
And,
not even close.
So that's going to do it here. It looks like the Matadors are going to take that one, and that's going to be one set apiece. Matadors battle back, and they're going to get that one. Well earned.
So we will go to game 3, one set apiece. The Matadors win this match. They pretty much will clinch a postseason berth. And will certainly be dependent on the outcome of matches tomorrow, but they would win 3 in a row. The Matadors trying to do something that has not been done more than once this year.
Well, it would make the conversation interesting, but there's, exposure as well as Tornadoes pursuing that 4th win as well.
Now, only one team has beaten the Ramblers this year.
Yep.
That has been the Tyrants, and that took a miracle in a 5th set to happen. So we'll see if the Matadors have more in the tank. 3rd set coming up next. We'll take a break, be back for more. Back here courtside, Ira Thornton, Nick England, as we look at the numbers. Nice to have numbers again.
Yeah.
Through game number 2. Both teams passing at a high rate, nearly 70% each. But as of now, it's been Joel Ehrenkamp's been the difference. 8 kills, 67% attack rate.
The big one here is the difference that I'm seeing between these teams is the blocking. 10 terminals for Matadors, 3 for the Ramblers. Josh Duarte carrying 2 of those. But on the other side, Brett Massetti and Jacob Vanderbeek really contributing well with 3 and 4, as you stated earlier this match. So that's the big difference maker here in some of these close matches. Overall point percentage, Ramblers are +10, Matadors +14. So these squads are both playing great volleyball, just trying to mitigate those small errors and earn your points where you can.
That is too long there by Vanderbeek. Big pass by Beatty. Ramos stays out there to start this set. Tries to go through the wall twice, and then a free ball right to Brandon Rattray, and he feasts. Kill number 8 for Rattray.
Good couple block touches there from the Ramblers. Good scramble from the side of the Matadors trying to find that swing that's going to go. I love the recycles on the outside.
They go back to Ramos. That one's going to carry him off of the ceiling, and avoiding collisions are the Ramblers. A kill for Ramos and company.
There it is again, that Ramos hammer just going after the line. He's really been a confident addition swinging on the outside right now.
Line drive right to Rattray, and Carnegie gets it done. His 7th kill.
He almost runs a 1.5 tempo. He likes to see the ball set super high, obviously, as he's a high flyer, but he just kind of hangs on it, waits, checks out the block, and then just unloads. He does not like a typical 1-tempo fast set. It's very interesting to keep an eye on.
Yeah, he certainly isn't your typical middle for that reason, except for his blocking. As that's set by Velasquez Lopez, a little short for Vanderbeek. So Carnegie will serve after they wipe up some perspiration, which you would imagine by this point in the match was bound to come.
Ramos, unstoppable, just continues attacking hands, blockers, everything he can get his hands on. But if there's one thing we've talked about before, it's the fact that you don't want to serve Eric Beatty. Another perfect pass to get them set up there.
Ramos can't get the carom as it bounces back hard off the tape. Good pass by Ramos. Here's Beatty swinging away. Manugian does a good job tracking that run down, and then Brandon Rattray with a useful spot. 9 kills for him.
Okay, so the challenge on that is Beatty is challenging that when he swung prior to the Rattray swing to finish that, he's saying that there was a net against him. So some international leagues, in order to prevent advantage being gained if they're watching streams on the bench through data volley or whatever volley metrics they might have, you have to stop the play in some leagues in order to challenge a mid-rally event like this. However, in the NVA, we're keeping it that you're able to challenge anything at the end of the play so long as you are specific and don't just say, I'm challenging a net. Beatty came forward saying, I'm challenging a net on this specific moment. So that is what he's able to go ahead and do. So we're going to take a look.
He's waiting for the replay to be queued up here. Patrick Bradley is in our R1 chair today. Elvin Otley is our R2. He's having conversation with Mike Mon up in the replay booth.
And there it is. Joel Auerkamp staying clean So that looks like a pretty definitive and quick call. Call confirmed.
The Matadors are 0-2 on challenges.
That one puts a little bit of egg on your face, though, I gotta say. 6-2 calling that challenge once again, just burning it. So they're down to 1 challenge. Especially since they just won set number 2. I don't think that there's a lot of urgency here. I feel like they've bought themselves some time. Don't love it, Ira.
An ace for the Ramblers.
Michael Keegan started a little slow with 2 in the net, but now wasting no time, picks up an ace down the line.
Keegan back in here after saw Spencer Andrews see a ton of time in game number 2. Here's Beatty swinging away. That one doesn't find the court. Well, they only have 1 challenge left to use in the next 2 sets.
Yep. So that you don't get to have that.
But
yeah, so you don't get to have that conversation even right now, really, about if you're going to challenge that ball.
I mean, if it's definitive in your mind,
yeah,
then you do it.
Right.
Because if you win it, you get to keep it. But other than that, you got to really hold on to your assets while you have them. And splitting the block for the kill. Our camp continues to feast. And this will force a timeout from the Matadors as they find themselves in a deep hole early on. Back for more, we'll take this break as the Matadors try to recompose. As we're back here after the timeout, good pass by Ramos. And Vanderbeek getting a double touch for the kill on the side out.
It's a great high swing. Vanderbeek working hard for that one. There's a big front row in for the Matadors right now. When Vanderbeek is your shortest guy coming in at 6'5", you're in a good spot. See if they can get a stop with it.
2 times they got hands on it, and the Ramblers ultimately able to win that battle despite the defense from Lissandro. And Rattray will serve. Jonathan Carlson picks up the winner. 3rd kill for him. And Carlson with a misfire there.
Vanderbeek again. See if he can cause some more problems.
And that one is blocked down for the Matadors, who get the point on the side out.
Beatty doing a nice job staying disciplined, kind of leaves that ball on the tape and an off-balance Our Camp, not able to cover himself. And no one else from the Ramblers is there either. Ramblers still up by 5, even after a little run being put together here by the Matadors.
Put away by Our Camp, and again, he's been the best player on the court tonight.
Yeah, and if you know anything about Michael Keegan or you ever watch his game tape, he's a firm believer in the setback. Basically, if you make an error, you make a bit of a miss swing, he's going to give it right back to you. He trusts his hitters to score that point.
Beatty! And that draws Las Vegas Carnegie. He got it. He knew it. And a side out for the Matadors.
Beatty, that's either kill 9 or 10 for him. Errorless, swinging at an impressive over 80% clip. He's having an absolute match right now.
And he just keeps on trucking. Here's Ramos, he'll dump it deep. They go to Carnegie. Saved by Beatty, and Ramos, oh, he left it short.
What a dig back row by Beatty, giving that ball a little bit of second life. I like that first set over from Ramos. I think a swing would have been a bit aggressive, giving himself another chance. Unfortunately, didn't quite find it the second time around.
Here's Ramos, stutter step off the court, and a sharp angle, and he connects.
Wow, he had one swing in order to put that ball in the court, and even less a chance of finding the kill, but he capitalizes right there. Disciplined swing for number 1 on the Matadors.
Carlson able to stick it through, so they trade side outs here. The Ramblers still have a healthy lead at 14-7. Here's Schickling to serve, coming in for the Ramblers. Left that one short, free ball! Oh, Brandon Rattray doing bad things.
Well, that's exactly what you want to see from the serving substitution. Schickling replaces Duarte, and an overpass with Brandon Rattray front row is as good as an ace.
Schickling with a great serve. They handcuffed Matadors once. Another good serve, but this time Ramos with a better adjustment.
Yeah.
And he uses the outside hand to power poke that one.
Worth noting that the Matadors switched liberos there after Eric Fox struggling just a little bit after a couple passes in a row.
Oh, Matt Carnegie scorching the earth. That's not even done in hitting lines.
Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun.
I mean, cut that one, boys. We could think about it as
Wow.
Carnegie destroys it. This is dumped over by Ramos. Brandon Rattray off the feet of Beatty. And the Matadors, just when they found themselves back in this one, quickly back to a 9-point lead now.
Finding themselves in the middle of what feels like a little bit of the Las Vegas Ramblers hitting lines right now.
And here's Carnegie. We're gonna have a substitution. Wally's gonna come back in for Ramos. I think this might be more for defensive purposes more than anything. Wally's the better passer of the two. That's gonna come over on one, and Brandon Rattray, he will land that kill 99 times out of 100, but that is the one time he tried to do a little too much.
The Brandon Rattray classic, overpass coming 6 feet off the net. He doesn't move his feet, so he instead just shuffles and jumps backwards.
Diving save for the Matadors. Eric Beatty, Manugian's there for the dig. And Auerkamp, one of the rare misfires he's had today. In fact, that is his first unforced error. He's blocked once. Here's Jordan Wally. The pass by Manoogian. This gives them options. One of them is Brandon Rattray. That's blocked back. Oh, this one. A miscommunication there. And Keegan just couldn't power it over. I think Duarte may have been in the wrong spot there.
And I misspoke earlier that Schickling was in as a substitution for Duarte. He's actually in for Carlson right now.
Nice save there by Schickling. And this time, Brandon Rattray able to power it through. I don't know. And I believe that was our camp with the assist there. He comes out. They're going to make a substitution here. This is a double sub here. Ryan Mather, who we said was available but not on the court. Well, he's on the court for the first time tonight.
Yeah, a little 6'2".
He'll come in to serve. Spencer Andrews also back out there for Keegan. After Keegan has struggled the last couple. And Vanderbeek, oh, he wanted that back corner badly.
Interesting to see this, the 6'2" go in when it did. Normally you see it when the setter is back to serve in order to keep your right, your big opposites front row. The Ramblers just doing it to kind of just keep guys moving onto the court, keep them warm. Nice cut by Beatty into the angle. Even when the Matadors as a team might falter a bit, Beatty doesn't miss a beat. That's going to be Jimmy Montez coming in as a replacement serving sub for Brett Massetti. The jump serve taken by Manoogian. Quick set back. Schickling tries to manage. A little bit of a misconnection. And that one's not going to go.
So the Matadors now able to string together some mistakes for Las Vegas. So they've been able to cut this down to 6, which still is a huge hill to climb, but you gotta like the fight here in the Matadors. They're forcing Las Vegas to beat them. Rattray had to backpedal for that one. Saved by Wally, and oh, a bad touch by Beatty.
Trying to do a little too much there. Gets caught with it.
That is too long. So the side out goes to Vanderbeek. He will serve 20-14. Oh, that's behind Duarte. No touch there by Alessandro. And it looks like there was a violation anyway. This 6-2 rotation substitution is not working if you're Las Vegas. And I know you're trying to get some touches for these other guys, but this different look actually is impacting Las Vegas. Now a 5-point deficit. That is stuffed down by Alessandro.
That's the second ball that Alessandro is so far over the net when he's blocking, it hits back into the net. He's blocking it back into himself because of how far over. That's very, very good hand discipline when that's the case.
Certainly being 6'10" helps the equation, as that's too long by Vanderbeek was a long face after realizing I just wasted a golden opportunity. Here's Beatty, that's blocked back. Turning and swinging as Vasquez, great court recognition there, realizing he had a mismatch. Swinging on 2, and it's now a 4-point deficit, Nick. This has gotten a little more interesting than we bargained for. What was a 9-point lead is evaporated. But if you need a kill, why not go to the guy who speaks smash?
A little bit low on the set, but good adjustment. Carnegie still sees it and chisels that one through. Even when the location's not there, I like that Andrew is still trying to find the middles and keep them involved.
Andrew's your server. Volley gets shut down. Welcome to the show. Ryan Mather is back, baby. Timeout, Matadors, 23-17. We'll take our final timeout here. Game 3, the Ramblers. They've found an answer, up 6.
Heading back into the action.
So after the timeout, the Matadors, I'm trying to save any hope of a rally here in game 3. They were within 4 after being down 9. Felice Fox back in at libero after the timeout. Lissandro setting Wally. That's going to be blocked back onto the court. Carnegie and Ryan Mather. And this is set point for Las Vegas, trying to take a 2-1 lead.
Back up by 7. Maybe faltered a little bit, but the team is righting the ship quickly.
Ramblers always seem to do so. They go to Vanderbeek down the line and
what a
play on for a
swing.
moment. Great spot by Jacob Vanderbeek, and his teammates seem to enjoy it more than he does.
Trying to find a little bit of fire out there. Man, what a spot by Beek.
On the over ball, couldn't be saved, and it was a back row violation anyway.
Yep.
As the setter there, Spencer Andrews, can't come over. This is the third set point for Las Vegas. And that is saved off of the HVAC system by Lissandro, and then Beatty with the rare attack error for him. And game number 3 belongs to the Las Vegas Ramblers, 25-19, as the teams are slow to react to the end of this one. We'll take a break. Game 4 is next. Ramblers looking to improve to 8-1 in the season. Back here courtside, game 4 in San Bernardino, as we are underway with a Brandon Rattray result. Ira Thor, Nick England, Noah Chass, who may not make the Freedom Squad, but he has some highlight videos tomorrow that we all must see. And he's cutting them down now. That's why he's been quiet during the match, because he is doing magic on the sidelines. That's why he gets paid the biggest bucks. This is gonna come over. Vanderbeek wisely into a useful spot. Ramblers and Matadors are hitting identical through 3 sets, 51-51. However,
3 guys almost in double digits for the Ramblers.
it's been a better passing game for the Ramblers. 70%, including Jonathan Carlson, passing an 82% rate on 17 chances so far. Just great effort for him. Our camp's hitting 69% with 11 kills. None of them are forced. Only 2 errors are blocks.
Yeah.
And Carnegie with 9 kills, of course. Brandon Rattray compiling numbers like only he can, 13 kills. And Beatty on the cross court. Eric Beatty, that's his 10th kill. He's hitting close to 60%.
Yep.
I said Rattray doing it like nobody else can.
Felix Chapman likes to work.
Yeah, other than Felix Chapman, he's on line 1 right now.
It's a short list.
He's on line 1. He would like to have a word with me. Rattray, kill 14. Here's Jacob Vanderbeek, blocked back. Di Duarte and Ryan Schickling getting some extended playing time here. He might be undersized, but he's certainly leaving it out there. As Rattray serves. That's blocked back by Duarte. This time Vanderbeek, change of pace.
That little adjustment bringing Ryan Schickling in. He made his Ramblers debut on this squad in 2020 in Utah prior to the acquisition of Ryan Manoogian. So he was the original libero on this squad and has since moved over to the 0-2 role once Manoogian was acquired.
2020 was before I got together with you and Matt.
Yep.
Those were the dark ages, I guess. You guys never got any breaks. You had to do every match.
No, I started broadcasting on a whim, and that first event in Utah was when I broadcast for the first time, having never done it before. And I broadcast the first day. I think total I broadcast like 19 matches in 4 days.
Yeah, it's a bit much. It's been much for me, and I've been doing this for on and off for, God, 27 years.
Yeah, we got some help from
college.
The BYU commentating crew. They were out there for a couple matches that first day before Matt Prosser arrived. But I did a wealth of games solo for the first time ever.
The number of games, college games I've done solo is more than I would like to admit. The majority of the ones I do in the America East out East are solo. The only ones we have a color commentator for are the ESPN matches. So over the course of a year, probably doing probably about 60 solo between 3 different schools. So as that is put away.
I really like that movement there from the Matadors. They used the size of Lissandro on a back 1 to exploit the lack of size in Ryan Schickling there. Well done by them, and a nice point for number 11.
One sport to do solo that you can really go on tangents is baseball. I've done baseball games where I, in between pitches, as Carnegie swinging away.
That's kill number 10, and man, it's with an exclamation point.
In between pitches, we would, talk about concert tours for an inning and a half. You can go off on tangents that you don't even remember how you got there because you have so
much downtime.
So much. Just think about how long a baseball game is, especially a doubleheader.
Too long.
As that is stuck through. Brett Musetti, I'll tell you what, we don't say his name terribly much, as one of the middles, but he is effective as there is. 6 kills and 7 swings.
Yep.
He's hitting 85%. Got 3 blocks. Got a +5 out there. Just a steady, steady player. Eric Beatty with the change of direction off the block. He gets the kill.
I really like that in-system swing. We haven't seen too much back row attack from the Matadors other than D-balls to Vanderbeek. So a nice little adjustment there going to Vanderbeek. Or, sorry, to Beatty.
And one thing I'll say about Massetti, I have a special liking for players who at this point in their lives, this is more of a passion than a job. Brandon Rattray destroying that one. Massetti, again, he's father of 4.
Yep.
Got 4 kids under the age of 9, I believe. And he's doing this at this point because he loves it. This is not about
he's a coach,
any potential earnings.
Big-time coach here at the local club. Playing when he can.
And he's leading by example out there, showing the kids how it's done. Those are guys I will always root for. As Brandon Rattray able to get the touch.
Great dig, plenty of time in the world, and Matt Carnegie determined not to let Michael Keegan set that ball.
I believe that is 16 kills now for Rattray, as he's making a case for him to be the man of the match. Vanderbeek gets the touch. Ryan Schickling immediately looked over to our camp, asked if he touched it first. Maybe to not feel as guilty for letting it slip through the hands.
Yeah, no one up there caught that. Keegan and Duarte missed that one by a mile, I think.
So here's Jordan Wally. Took a ball off the top of the dome to end our last set. He's okay, though. And Beatty gets shut down. Duarte and Keegan with the block.
Block number 3 for Duarte.
And the lead is 2 for the Ramblers as they're trying to end this in 4. Keegan, your server. Liz Fox with the pass. And that's to the outside of the attack there by Vanderbeek. Able to get it around the block. Well read by him. I tell you what, Jacob Vanderbeek, he's got matches where he's just totally off. When he's on, though, he's that other it factor.
Oh, yeah. He's been a little bit less consistent this season for sure than last season, but like you said, I mean, he knows how to step up when his number is called. A nice feed to the middle there. Keegan 8 feet off. One thing that Josh Duarte does exceptionally well is he's up early every time, so you can kind of just throw a ball in there, and they're not flashy kills, but he finds placement very, very well.
And he put that one right in front of Victor Vasquez. This might come over, and it does. Our camp with the feast. Here's Brandon Rattray continuing his run. Oh, the missile. How did they keep that one alive? Beatty, triple block. Reach out and stuff someone. Our camp, Duarte and Ryan Schickling. Timeout, Matadors. 13-9. Las Vegas on top. We'll take a break and come back for more here in San Bernardino. Back during the timeout, Eric Beatty, that caught the dome of our camp. So that kill will send it back to Jacob Vanderbeek. He'll serve away. 3-point deficit. Matadors need to win this set to force a fifth. And a useful spot. Ace for Vanderbeek.
Man, he's having a solid day of serving. 16 total serves. You got 25% more than the next closest guy, and after that, he's doubled the next closest person with 2 aces, 3 aces now, and now 3 errors. But right there, that tells you that he is absolutely the guy serving them to massive runs.
Absolutely, Vanderbeek is the one who's allowing those service points to accumulate, and see if Duarte can do the same here for Las Vegas. Flips the tape, Beatty with the pass. And the idea by Vasquez was a good one, but he was trying to catch Vegas napping, but he was able to poke that one wide. So this will be now a 4-point lead for the Ramblers as we reach past the midway point in this set. And go back to Eric Beatty, and that one's in the back corner.
Great swing from Beatty. Beats the hands of our camp, and Keegan thought it was going long, but only Ryan Alou is able to dive out of the way and have it go long.
Carnegie doesn't win that battle. Noah Lissandro with the block.
All over that one was the big man. Good stop by Lissandro. One of the best blocking performances we've seen in recent memory last event.
That comes over on the two-handed dig by Beatty. Our camp, this time it's Vanderbeek there. Back set, not a good one. Brandon Rattray stick to the attacks.
Not the one he wanted. Obvious solution should have been Joel Auerkamp there. The one right in front of you, the big lefty. That really gives him an easy swing on that left arm for the out of system.
I like the idea. Obviously, that's something you can work on more in trainings with some reps, but it wasn't a ball that he will be proud of. This, however, draws Lissandro into the net, so the swing by Auerkamp will terminate that play, and he'll drop back to serve. 16-14, 2-point lead. As the sun begins to set over Southern California, we may have a challenge on our hands.
I want to have a really strong opinion on this, and I might eat this, but this is directly in front of our R2. He called this. Yeah, I mean, a turn in the net. This is one of those things that you kind of just call. It's, I don't think it's really.
Unless you felt something, or.
But he's not on the net to feel it.
Or you looked down and saw it with your own eyes.
That's what I'm saying. This is kind of a call you call only when you see it. There's not like I kind of missed that on an in and out that's moving fast, right? Like, is that ball in or out where you kind of make a judgment? Nets, to me, feel a little bit more kind of definitive. So this is just a bizarre challenge. Especially to use your last challenge at 14-15. You're close. You're right there.
Well, that's the problem, is if they lose this, they're out for the rest of the way. However, you don't win this set, you're not, challenges don't matter if you're not going to a fifth set. You get to a fifth set, you get a whole new one to play with. So we will see what the outcome is. As they
be curious what this angle can do for us. Definitive net, that's
I don't think that was a good challenge at all, especially after watching that replay. Well, Matadors certainly have some heart and fight in them. They've shown that in the latter few matches, but their use of the replay system
could use a bit of a,
replay. May need some extra help there.
0 for 3.
Might need to talk to some of the professors around the league. That's gonna tear him off the ceiling and stay alive. Carnegie, Vanderbeek read that one well. And Jordan Wally feeling just fine.
Wow, great job by the Matadors there, sticking in there and finding a way to rally with it. Certainly not an easy point. Eric Beatty doing a nice job, kind of creating a little bit of chaos with his third contact over.
And here's Lissandro to serve. Miscommunication there, everybody looks around. And our camp left that one short. Taking responsibility for that one is Manoogian. He knows that was his ball. Problem is you can't hear the setter call you off.
Yeah. It's funny, right? Once I mentioned it, you start to see all those little things.
There's some little nuances of the game that make more sense to me now, based on knowledge I didn't have 2 hours ago. And that one's gonna find a court for our camp. However, no need to review this when the officials caught a 10-foot line violation. Now the Ramblers, well, they have all their challenges.
Yep.
So they can use this any way they wish, and they're gonna challenge whether or not this was indeed a 10-foot line, 3-meter violation. If this is good, Matadors have the lead at 17-16.
Our camp was clean on this one. He had a nice little bit of toe to wiggle there. He cut it back in. You'll see his right foot, I think it was.
So we see the back set here by Keegan. Ooh.
No.
The problem is there's no space between the foot.
Yeah, there is. His toe's over, but he's not on. Oh,
that toe is on the line.
I don't think so.
There's no space between the toe. You're looking for space. I don't see any space.
And we'll see what they say.
I think the Matadors get this
I
point.
don't think that's toe contact, though. My thing is that's not a sole of a shoe. Part of your foot can be over so long as it's not. I don't know. We'll see. I see what you're talking about in terms of overturned lines, but I'm looking at this. But they can't do anything else about it, so.
White space. I'm looking for the white space, and I saw none.
Yep. This is that top-down thing I was talking about early in my defense. What I'm defending here is you can look at a ball over a line that's not touching the line, and if it's not touching the line, it's not on.
It's a tough call there.
It is. I agree with their call with the information given for what it's worth.
Laying out for that one, Wally and Eric Beatty sent over free ball chance for the Ramblers to counter, and correction, it's a kill here for the Ramblers as Ryan Schickling able to roll it over the block. That's a crucial side out for the Ramblers as they tied us at 17. Don't want to play with fire and allow the Matadors to take you to a fifth set where, well, they've already played spoiler this year. Out and stuff someone. Carnegie, Keegan, monster block. And an 18-17 lead for the Ramblers. The Matadors, 3 wins, I should say, have come in 5. They beat the Untouchables in 5 sets. They beat the Kraken in 5 sets. The other winner was against a LA Blaze squad going in a wrong direction. The last match of last event where they won in 3. And this free ball right into the wheelhouse of Carnegie. And the Ramblers have given themselves some of that space that our camp's foot did not have on the line. A 2-point lead for the Las Vegas Ramblers. We'll take our final timeout and come back for more. Out of the timeout. And the Matadors, who led 17-16 a moment ago, stopped this three-point run for the Ramblers. They go to Vanderbeek. That is too long. The misfire, and now the trains have come off the tracks for the Inland Empire Matadors. And over on to Sneaky Victor Vasquez. So he will serve. Vasquez has uncorked a pair of aces. Love one here. They go to Brandon Rattray. Nobody home to defend it. And Brandon Rattray gets close to 20 kills in a day as the Matadors find the Ramblers in the 21-point column. 21, a very lucky number if you're from Las Vegas. And they will serve. Massetti. And one is dug up by our camp. Off the tape, and it misses the court. So a side out here for the Matadors.
Our camp was very gun shy on his approach to ensure that he didn't go over.
Yeah, it resonates in your head. You got to have a short memory.
Yeah.
Like a goalkeeper
Goldfish.
in soccer.
Yeah. You were going goalkeeper, I was going goldfish. Same.
I made so many bad plays as a keeper over the years, and I just always had to remember, forget it, and move on. And Brandon Rattray stares back at the block, which couldn't slow him down. And now it's 22-19. This Matador Southern Exposure match on Sunday at 12 noon is beckoning bigger every second.
Yes, it is.
Massetti has to come over and one, and then trying to put it back. Massetti gets shut down. Duarte and Rattray. (23-19). We're going to make a substitution here. Gabor, who's not seen action since game one, will come in for Massetti. That one eats up Wally. Vanderbeek is there. Behind his head, the windmill kill for Brandon Rattray. What other tricks do you have, young man? And that will give the Las Vegas Ramblers 5 match points. 24-19. And it is Keegan to try to end it. Good pass by Beatty. But it comes over, and back row attacker violation ends it. And the Las Vegas Ramblers win game number 4, 25-19. And they win the match 3-1 as they win their 5th in a row. They continue to be dominant. They were already the champions of the American Coastal Conference, and they continue to steamroll towards the postseason as they beat the Matadors for the 2nd time this year, this time in 4 sets. The Matadors, they have their 2-match winning streak snuffed out. They fall to 3-6 on the season, but hey, if Southern Exposure does not beat Las Vegas tomorrow, then this match between the Matadors and Southern Exposure, 12 p.m. on Sunday, the implications for that one are out of this world.
Yeah, they are. And the one thing that's also the sneaky little kind of secondary route going on here is the Colorado Kraken. They've got 2 wins. If they go on a tear this weekend, they've got a full roster, except for noticeably they don't have Alvaro Hidalgo, and there's some story behind that one. But they've got a full squad other than him this weekend. But if they make a little run, get 2 match wins, they'll be in there too with those 4 wins. But
well, largely responsible for this comeback win is Brandon Rattray, who was unstoppable in the final 2 sets. He is our man of the match, and we'll send it over to Noah Chast. Brandon Rattray's done this a few times. He knows how to do a post-game interview.
Oh, thank you, Ira. And you said it. Brandon Rattray was unstoppable. I mean, Brandon, what was just working for you today?
I had a pretty good feeling coming in today. We had a good practice 2 days ago, really good, where the team was just grooving it and just looking real good. And I was really excited to come out today and play. I had a really good feeling. Shout out to the boys. Mike ran a great offense today, dishing the ball around, looked really good. Good energy from all the boys and a great contribution overall from everybody on the team today. I was really happy and pleased with that.
Just beat a Matadors team that was on a win streak coming in and has a lot more, playoff implications on the line than your team does. How were you able to kind of stifle that energy they were bringing?
We're a pretty good team, and every time we come out on the court, teams are going to want to take us down and bring their full firepower to take us down. So just knowing that we have a target on our backs and being able to come out every day really strong and just bring it. And we got a bunch of guys on our team who are winners, and this is what we do, so got to keep it going.
And you were doing it in all sorts of ways. Saw you pull out that windmill kill at the end. Is that something you practice?
No, that's just something I seen on TV that in the moment I was like, oh, let's give it a try, and it ended up working, so that was pretty cool.
Well, it worked for you. It didn't seem like anything couldn't work for you. Congrats on the win, a dominant performance as the Ramblers continue to roll this season. Brandon Rattray, our man of the match. Ira, Nick?
And hard to argue that he would be our man of the match with 20 kills, majority of them coming at the end, hitting 69% on 29 attempts, only had 2 errors. Just a great effort for him. Oh, by the way, 4 aces to add to that. He had a plus 16 in this match. The next closest player in the plus-minus column, Matt Knigge, plus 11, who finished with 12 kills, 3 blocked and hit 63%. Joel Camp started really strong and still finished with 14 kills, hitting 56%, as those 3 players carried Las Vegas to a team 53% hitting rate. Jonathan Carlson passed at an 82% rate to lead a Las Vegas squad that passed at a 70% rate. For the Matadors, just not enough answers today. 13 kills from Beatty, 11 from Jacob Vanderbeek, and largely quiet from there. The Ramblers, they're going to be a tough out. You know that they're in the postseason. They're going to be one of those top spots. I don't know who's going to beat them. Obviously, New Jersey Freedom could be that team the way they're playing right now, but I don't know if you can argue anybody's playing better than Las Vegas. That loss to Texas earlier this year seems to have energized them.
Yeah, and the one thing I look at here, though, that I do want to note is when we talk about looking at the way in which a team loses, the numbers tell a story of success for the Matadors. They're seeing a variety of players contributing. Their blocking looks really good. They're passing at a very high clip at 65%. So across the board, I really like to see that, because it simply just says that the Ramblers played a bit better. You have Brandon Rattray, he scored 24 points. He almost won a set by himself, and he didn't do that in 5. Those are just insane numbers to see. So that whole kind of when you really take a step back, Matadors are maybe setting themselves up to be in a great spot still this weekend. So we'll have to watch what they're able to do against Southern Exposure. But in talking about kind of the importance of freedom earlier, kind of spoiling a set there for I'm brain dumbing, but we were talking about being a spoiler earlier on. The Ramblers, if they don't beat Exposure tomorrow, it's almost going to do a disservice to the Matadors. They're now kind of relying on the Ramblers to take the Exposure down.
Well, also keep in mind, we talked about the Kraken being involved. The Tornadoes, you could see a scenario where it becomes the Southern Exposure and the Matadors, and the Tornadoes could even play themselves out of it, which would be wild considering, that they were 500 at one point not too long ago. So a lot can happen in the next 2 days, and that starts tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., actually 8:30 with our pregame show. However, tomorrow's format's going to be a little bit different, as this year we have had, 4 matches in the day, 3 hours in between start times, 9, 12, 3, and 6 Pacific time. That's going to be a little different tomorrow. We're going to go back to the old school. We're going to go back in time, 2.5 hours in between matches. We will have 5 tomorrow, starting at 9 a.m. with the Blaze and the Tyrants. 11:30 will be the Kraken and the Stingers. It'll be the Sasquatch and the Stunners. That will be a 2 p.m. Pacific first serve, and then a very meaningful 4:30 matchup between Southern Exposure and the Ramblers. Why is that? Because tomorrow, 7 p.m., we will have our first ever, our inaugural NVA All-Star Game, the National Conference against the American Conference. Those rosters have been announced on our Instagram feed on NVA USA and, of course, on all of our social platforms, so you won't want to miss that one. We'll have also, not only for that game, the best of the best out there on the court as voted in by the coaches and also in some cases by the fans, for those of you at home. Well, we're going to have not a normal announcing booth. Nick will handle the first set. I'll handle the second set. Matt Prosser will handle the third set. Oh, by the way, did I mention we will be joined by special guests? We will announce who those are tomorrow. Not normal color analyst. Noah Chass, who is our sideline reporter, will have some help on the sideline. We have some ideas who that may be. We'll find out tomorrow if that assignment is accepted. You will not want to miss this. Oh, by the way, we won't be wearing our normal NVA USA attire.
It's going to be a show. We're doing our best, make it a little spicy, make it a little fun. It was a great event all week long, voting, getting fans involved, and so we're going to try to hit this home run out of the park.
I got to make up to my New Jersey Freedom for picking against them today, so my attire tomorrow will be inspired by them. And we'll have to see what Nick and Matt and maybe even Noah, who had his tryout today with the Freedom, has in store. So don't want to miss that. All starts tomorrow at 9 a.m. Slightly different schedule. Begins tomorrow morning. Again, our first match of the day, the LA Blaze, they're going in the wrong direction. Can they change things? Can they stay alive as they take on the Texas Tyrants? Until then, for Nick England, Noah Chast, Matt Prosser, he's hopefully still in the building, and our entire hard-working production crew, they've been at this for, basically 12 hours today, so they're gassed. But they work so hard, and we appreciate them, and we appreciate you, all the fans out there watching across the country and the world. Great day of volleyball here in San Bernardino. Kicks off again tomorrow, day 2 of our final weekend of the regular season. Until we talk to you then, be well, everybody.